What is going on, guys? Welcome to GregglesTV Daily Rewind. This is my new show where every single Monday morning I will release the previous week's tech news, my GregglesTV Daily show that I do every single day. I'll put all 7 videos from the previous week into one video the Monday morning that's upcoming. So this is the Monday morning upcoming, and this will have 7 days worth of videos in it. I did remove my intro from it, from the the other 7 videos, so you don't hear it 7 different times. I know that kind of gets annoying. If you want that in there, I'll definitely put it back. If there's something you want me to add or remove from this, I'm open ears. This is a new show, and if you don't like this, I won't continue doing this. If you love it, I will continue to do it. And the purpose of this is to just, make it easier for people. Then, rather than have to watch all 7 of those videos, you can watch this one video and catch up on the previous week's tech news. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into the news. The first story of the day is about the Xbox One X. Now, if you don't know what the Xbox One X is, it is a 4K gaming machine. It's a really, really powerful gaming home console that you can buy right now. It was $499 when it came out. E3 is just around the corner. It starts next week, and you can now, well, as of June 23rd, we'll be able to get the Xbox One X for $50 less at $449. It is a nice price drop, but ultimately I think it needs to drop down further, obviously, for people to want to buy this. $449 is still very, very expensive. I think $399 for that machine is the sweet spot, and you could probably almost guarantee that the PlayStation 4 Pro, which is PlayStation's 4K, and I do that because it's not fully 4K. Neither is this Xbox. It does for some 4K, but does a lot more 4K than PlayStation 4 Pro can. Is $399 currently right now. So it's still cheaper, and I'm assuming they're probably going to drop that down to $349, which was, in the grand scheme of things, is that price drop that Microsoft did going to help them versus PlayStation 4 and their Pro? Probably not, but it's always nice to see Xbox doing something like that. And there's also sales going on in the gaming store and all kinds of cool things going on for deals with Xbox. So have your eyes peeled if you're an Xbox gamer. Next up, Apple's WWDC was today, and they talked about all things iOS and macOS and tvOS. And one of the biggest takeaways from this is FaceTime group chat, where you can talk to as many as, this is no joke, 32 people in one video group at one single time. Now, it's kind of cool actually. So when you're talking inside like an iMessage chat, there's going to be a button in there you can press and start that video group chat with as many people that answer the call at that one time. You can also add AR emojis to the people's faces, or whatever they call it, so that you can see the people's faces, their little skins on their face, whatever, with animal masks and emojis, they call them, on their faces, so that when you're talking to them, you're seeing that emoji. Also, it's just for 32 people, that's pretty damn impressive. That's really, really good. I wish Duo had something like that. I don't need 32 probably, but maybe like 4, 5, 6, which one of the updates that coming out for Duo is group video chat. At least that's what's been pulled from some of the coding for that. So we should probably see that later on. But yeah, group video chat for FaceTime is a reality for up to 32 people. Next up is detailed pricing on the new iPhones that will be out at the end of this year. I'm talking the iPhone X Plus, the regular iPhone X, and then the iPhone X that's going to be the 6.1, which would be the relatively cheap one. Let's talk about the iPhone X Plus first. You're looking at a price of $900 to $1,000 now. That's a considerable drop when you look at what the iPhone X, I think it was $256 cost. That was ended up being like $1,349. It was very, very expensive. And then you're looking at the iPhone X costing $800 to $900, and then the iPhone 6 to 6.1 with an LCD display looking at $600 to $700. So big price drops for these phones, with obviously these are brand new phones that are going to come out. And you're probably asking yourself, why would they even do this? Well, here's why. Ming-Chi Kuo said they forecast the Apple will adopt more aggressive price policy for the following reasons. One is concerns over the negative impact of a higher price in a mature smartphone market on selling momentum. Number 2 is improved cost structure, which is mainly attributed to assembly yield improvements. And then number 3 was increasing users of Face ID, benefiting the promotion of Apple services and ecosystem. Now, hopefully this price drop does come through, because that will be a great thing for consumers overall. And the last story of the day is a new technology that possibly could coming out for the Galaxy S10. And S9 barely came out. We're already getting a ton of rumors about the Galaxy S10. It's called called sound on display. And what it is when you actually get sound from the display because it vibrates somehow. I don't know if you'll probably feel it, but there's like vibration within the screen underneath it that allows you to get sound, thus eliminating the speaker that's on the phone so that you don't have to hold it up to you don't have to have that earpiece at the top to be able to hear phone calls and things like that. This is pretty cool technology. This technology could also cause, not an issue, but be the creation of 21:9 displays because you can eliminate, pieces of hardware on the screen and just have basically an all-screen display with nothing embedded in it. I don't know where you'd end up putting the cameras, if they're going to keep that stripe at the top or what they're going to do, but it's a really cool technology, and this could be the most popular technology input into this Galaxy S10 phone overall. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. My question to you guys is, which video chat app are you using, or are you not using at all? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to have, like I said, 32 people, up to 32 people in one chat. That is amazing. Hopefully Google can do something similar. The other cool thing about that group chat is when someone talks in FaceTime group chat, their picture gets bigger, and so you don't even have to control it if you don't want to. You can control it, but it just does it on its own, so that's a very cool thing. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you down the road. Peace! First story of the day is that ZTE's ban here in the United States looks to be over. They had an issue back in the past where they were selling and giving products to Iran, and it caused an issue where American companies could no longer buy or sell, I should say, products to ZTE, so ZTE could build phones and whatever else they make. So now that looks like that ban's about to be removed because of them paying a $1 billion fine, putting $400 million in escrow in case they do such a thing again. And also they had to remove all their executives and their board members. They also had to allow unedited access from the United States to be able to go to that company, ZTE, and check to see if they're doing anything shady anymore. And it looks like that's most likely going to happen, with this ban will be removed, though Senator Chuck Schumer said the following in a tweet. If these reports are true, Donald Trump has put China, not the United States, first by letting ZTE off the hook. The president who roared like a lion is governing like a lamb when it comes to China. Congress should move in a bipartisan fashion to block the deal right away. Now, I'm not an expert with politics, but I guess Congress can block this so ZTE still can't do business with the United States. We'll have to wait and see, but if you're a ZTE fan, I guess there's some kind of good news for you today. Next up, Spectrum, which is a cable provider out here and also provides home internet, is coming out with their own mobile plan called Spectrum Mobile. It will piggyback off of Verizon, and the deals are pretty good. Checking out this screenshot, you can either do by the gig, which is $12 per gig, and that includes free talk and text, or you can do unlimited data, which is $45 a line and also includes talk and text. You can see you get free nationwide talk and text, unlimited access to a nationwide network of Wi-Fi spots, and the ability to pay for the data just that you use 1 gig at a time. And then below that, just comparing these unlimited data plans per one line, you can see Spectrum Mobile is $45. Next cheapest is AT&T at $65. And then if you go to 2 lines, you can see Spectrum Mobile is still only $90. And then in second is AT&T T-Mobile for $120. So if you're with Spectrum, you might want to think about going with them, especially with these deals being that inexpensive, and you can get unlimited data, and you're on Verizon's network. So it's almost a no-brainer at that point. And the last story of the day is indirectly about the iPad Pro that'll come out the end of this year. Some folks found some changes within iOS 12 for iPads showing gestures and also Face ID, meaning, unless they're just putting it there to keep everything aligned, it looks like the new iPad Pro that'll come out the end of this year will have that little notch at the top, also Face ID on there, so you can unlock the iPad with your face, and also gestures with no home button to unify the iPad line with the iPhone X so that you kind of have gestures and you have the same look, kind of like what they did in the past with their other iPads and iPhones from the past. They kind of looked very similar and it was the same experience. And obviously, why wouldn't Apple want to do that already? So you're looking at the new iPad Pro. Again, the end of this year should look and feel and work just like an iPhone X. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. The question of the day is, how do you feel about that iPad iPad Pro. Do you think that's a good idea, or do you like that home button? Or maybe you don't care about tablets anymore. Let me know in the comments down below. I don't have a tablet anymore. I don't think I'll probably ever buy one again. If I do, it'd probably be a Windows one so I can get multifunction out of it, but I don't think I'll ever buy a tablet again. But it's me, maybe for my son. Thanks for watching, guys. See you down the road. Peace! All our stories today are about the Galaxy Note 9 and some leaks and some renders. Let's take a look at what this phone possibly could. What is going on, guys? Welcome before, but let's take another look, and we're getting more and more of the same kind of look for this phone. This is a leak of the front of the phone. You can see at the top you get a bunch of sensors, the camera, cutout for the speaker, and then at the bottom a small bezel as well. And it looks almost identical to what we've been getting with the Galaxy Note 8. You'd probably have a tough time taking these phones apart and comparing them and deciding which one's which at this point, which is an unfortunate thing because I know a lot of you guys want a different design on this phone, but it looks like it's definitely going to look almost identical to the last year's phone. The other leak comes from a video from OnLeaks and 91 Mobiles on YouTube where they show off the Galaxy Note 9 in a 360 degree. The back of the phone looks like the same as what you would get with the Galaxy Note 8, where you have the horizontal cameras rather than the vertical that you get on the Galaxy Galaxy S9, S9 Plus. And then as for ports and things on the phone, you'll get the S Pen port. You'll also get 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, USB Type-C, a speaker grill, and an S Pen. You should also end up getting stereo speakers on this phone so that you can get obviously better sound with this. I'd be shocked if they don't add stereo speakers to this phone, because if they had it in the S9, S9 Plus, they should definitely be in the Note 9. Now, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but the Galaxy Note 9 is not feeling like a fresh new phone, which is completely unfortunate. And I'm not saying it won't be a great phone. It probably will be one of the best phones of the year, or the best phone of the year, because of the S Pen and all the cool software features that they give you and the overall performance of the phone. But at the end of the day, you're still seemingly looking at the same phone. You can say, sure, iPhone did it from basically from when they started all the way up until, iPhone 7 Plus. I mean, sure, it got bigger, but it basically was the same phone. And then the first time it really changed was with the iPhone X, iPhone 10, whatever you want to call it. And it looks like for this year and last year, we're pretty much getting the same look for the phone from Samsung for the last 2 years. I think next year is where you'll get that different look, which isn't the end of the world. And again, this should be a fantastic phone. We'll wait till we get our hands on it, but as for looks, it's looking the same as it did the last couple of years. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. My question of the day is, what are you thinking about the Galaxy Note 9? I ask you guys quite often how you feel about the phone. I just want to know, after every leak and the render that comes out about this phone, does it make you want it more or less, the same? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Maybe you're thinking about getting a different phone. Let me know that as well. I'll see you down the road. Peace! First story of the day is a new unlimited plan coming out for Sprint, and this is only on a limited time basis. So if you're going to do this, make sure you do it very quickly. It's $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month per line. That's how cheap it is. You can get one line if you wanted to. $15 a month unlimited talk, text, and data. Now, data is all going to be fast. Videos will only stream at 480p, and there's also no tethering. So if you need a hotspot, you won't be able to do that. So if you don't need that and you don't care about 480p video, this is perfect for you. Also, you do need to port a phone number over to Sprint, making you a new customer. You can't do this if you're an existing customer or if you just sign up for a new plan. You have to port a number over to them. If you can meet all those requirements, you're fine with all those requirements, $15 a month, and you can do that for a family plan as well. So if you brought over 4 lines, transfer them over, say from AT&T over to Sprint or whatever carrier, then you can do this and get it for $15 a month, meaning 15 times 4, $60 a month for unlimited everything. That is an awesome deal. And again, this is only limited time, starts June 8th. Doesn't say when it ends, but it starts June 8th. So if you're gonna do it, make sure you do it very quickly. Next up, remember that rumor about the Galaxy Gear watches having Wear OS. Wear OS is they just kind of basic plain Android operating system on top of watches, and that Evan Blass said he saw or he heard from some Samsung employees that had this on their watches. It looks like that was a singular thing and they were just doing it for testing purposes, and it will not come true. Let's talk about the tweet that Evan Blass just put out today. He said, update, turns out that these were actually just one-offs made by Google and seeded to some Samsung workers, i.e. keep moving, nothing to see here. So if you were excited about Wear OS coming to Samsung watches, not gonna happen. Will not, so you're still gonna get the regular Samsung operating system on top of the Gear watches and whatever watches they call it. If it's gonna be the Galaxy Watch next, it's gonna run Samsung's proprietary software. Next up, Amazon has officially announced the Fire TV Cube, which is a TV box that you can watch like Netflix, and you can hook this up to your cable box, control your cable box this way and watch YouTube and do whatever else you could on a Fire TV, play games. And it also has built-in Alexa, so it's hands-free, and you can say, Alexa, blah, 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 and the box will hear you what you're saying. You don't need to hold the remote or anything like that. So if you want to, yell commands at your TV through this box, it now has built-in microphones. That is really, really cool. 16 gigabytes of internal storage. So if and it does 4K video. So if you're looking for a box, you can pre-order this now. I'll link it down below. It's $89.99 for Prime customers. If you're not on Amazon Prime, then it's going to be $119.98 for you. So it's a little bit more if you don't have Prime. And yeah, if you love the Fire TV OS operating system, the way that looks and works, this is going to be perfect for you because it gives you 2 devices and 1. I like it. I wouldn't even mind seeing that with something Google puts out in the future, to have a Fire TV, or I should say a Google Home in one device, and then also their Google TV software on that same device to be able to do those 2 things. I think this is a fantastic idea. I'm kind of excited to try it out. I might pick one of these up. And the last story of the day is about the Pixel 3. A senior forum member over on the XDA forums released 2 photos of what he's saying is the Google Pixel 3. Let's check these out. First, let's check out the back. It looks very similar to what you get with a regular Pixel 2. You get the single camera in the top left, you get the flash, the microphone, and also the fingerprint sensor on the back. Again, it looks pretty damn similar. And then you see you get that notch a la iPhone kind of look to it. We'll see how we end up liking it on there, but you can see it only has 4 gigabytes of RAM. It has 128 gigabytes of storage. So besides it having the notch, it looks like the specs will be very similar RAM-wise and storage size to what we got on last year's phone. Obviously, you get a newer processor with a Snapdragon 845, but other than that, it's going to probably be very similar. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. My question out to you guys is, what do you think about that Pixel 3 XL? We're getting more pictures, more concrete facts. It feels like that this phone is really going to have that notch, especially with it only having 4 gigabytes of RAM. It's kind of a letdown, but at the same time, it runs really, really well with just 4 gigabytes of RAM. I know the OnePlus 6 phone has up to 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the Samsung phones have 6 gigabytes. And I think some of those phones do need it, but when you try a Pixel phone, if I didn't tell you it had 4 gigabytes of RAM, you'd probably be shocked that it does. So I just feel like it really doesn't need all that RAM. 4 gigabytes is probably enough. But I like to see 6 just for my own peace of mind. Definitely, but it probably doesn't need it. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. I'll see you guys down the road. Peace! First and only story of the day is about the Pixel 3 XL. We talked about this the other day, and we got some photos of the Pixel 3 XL live and in flesh, and it looks fairly identical to what we get with the Pixel 2 XL. Well, we have some even more photos from the same guy that leaked the other photos on the XDA forum, so let's check those out. Here's a look at the phone with the screen off. You can see the bezel at the top, and otherwise that's really the only thing. And then on the back here, again, another photo of the back, and it looks really close to a Pixel 2 XL, but I don't mind the look of it. I don't think it's that ugly. I still think it's a great looking phone. And then on the top here, no headphone jack or anything like that. Looks like it only has like a little microphone at the top there. On the right side of the phone, you get your power button and 2 volume keys. On the left side, no buttons at all. And then at the bottom, you have the USB Type-C and also where you would eject or insert the SIM card. An interesting thing about this phone is it does have a glass back that's been confirmed with the XDA folks. So it should include wireless charging. Now, you might say, well, maybe it won't. And that's true, it might not, because the OnePlus 6 also has a glass back, and that does not have wireless charging. But if you follow what Google does versus what Apple does, you know, they get the notch, they've got the slim body, they've got, you know, just a basic overall, you know, clean feel and look, just like Apple does. Most likely, especially with Apple adding in wireless charging this year, or last year, 2017, I would have to put money down on that Google Pixel phones also will have wireless charging built in. It's probably not going to win the best looking phone of 2018, but it still looks really, really nice. I'm excited about it. I thought last year's phone looked pretty good, even though it got some and some eeks on it, but I still think it's a really nice looking phone. The other piece of information that's leaked out about the Pixel 3 XL and Pixel 3 is that the squeeze feature, where you squeeze that phone and it'll activate Google Assistant, that is being brought back for the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL as well. I didn't really use it that much, and honestly, I found it more of an annoyance at times over, you know, just having it. So I didn't turn it off, but I definitely increased how much you have to grip it before it actually activates. But it's still cool to have. I did use it sometimes, just in a pinch, I guess. So that is coming back if you're a fan of that. But that is what the Pixel 3 XL looks like. Again, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage on that Max one, and then also you're looking at a Snapdragon 845, and should have an awesome camera like it did last year, no doubt. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. My question out to you guys is, what's your favorite, you know, like extra feature a phone has? The Pixel 3 XL has that squeeze feature. Think about some other phones. Maybe you like the Bixby button. Just let me know in the comments down below what your favorite extra piece of hardware inclusion on a phone is. That's kind of rare. It's kind of different. Thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road. Peace. The best-selling phone of April 2018 was, after a long line of iPhone winning, there's a new king of the mountain, and it's the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. It's the best-selling phone in the world right now, those two phones. Versus in the number 3, you're looking at iPhone, or number 2, whatever you want to call it, iPhone X, iPhone 10, and then you're looking at iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone 8. So really cool for Samsung to finally get the number 1 spot after so many months. It's not that surprising, especially with the Samsung phone being a newer phone, and then the iPhone being, you know, almost a year old, I guess. Yeah, 8 months, 9 months. It's definitely getting old for phone terms. And then you're still in the top 10, this was shocking, was the iPhone 6. Who is still buying the iPhone 6? That is ridiculous. I would never suggest anyone to buy the iPhone 6. I mean, maybe if you're like super low budget and you don't have any money, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd have you do it. It's such an old phone. Yeah, that was more surprising to me than Galaxy S9, S9 Plus coming on top. I don't know. What do you guys think? And the last story of the day comes from Ice Universe, who is a leaker, a lot of Samsung leaks, and he's leaked a case of the Galaxy Note 9. And the interesting about the case for the Galaxy Note 9 is where the fingerprint sensor is. You can see from this case, you see on the back here, you're gonna see where you're gonna get the cameras, the sensors, the flash on the back, and then just directly below that, you get your fingerprint sensor. Now, the fingerprint sensor looks to be kind of high up on the phone, especially when you compare it to where the fingerprint sensor is on the S9, S9 Plus, and on the Pixel 2 or Pixel 2 XL or other phones like that. So it still seems like it might be a little bit too high. Obviously, we'll have to get our hands on it to really make that final decision, but it is interesting. It does seem like I said, it's pretty high up, and another confirmation that the fingerprint sensor will not be underneath the display, but there was really at this point there was no reason to even think it would be. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. My question out to you guys is that Galaxy Note 9 fingerprint sensor in the right location? Where would you like to have it? If it's not going to be underneath the display, where would you like to have it? Do you think it's in a good location there? Should be further down on the back? Should be on the power button? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. There's a lot of fights going on tonight, but by the time you see this, fights might be over. You get some boxing matches, Crawford versus Horn, and then you got a UFC pay-per-view. Check it out, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road. Peace. All our stories today are about the Galaxy Note 9, so let's jump right into it. First one is coming from yesterday. So yesterday's story, we looked at the Galaxy Note 9 and you saw where the fingerprint sensor was going to be directly below the camera, and the camera is going to be horizontal, and just below that would be the fingerprint sensor. Kind of like what we have now with the S9, S9 Plus, it's on the back, but that one's vertical, this one would be horizontal, so it's going to be a little further up on the phone. Well, the other thing I failed to mention on there is that there are actually 5 buttons on that case, or that quote-unquote build of the Galaxy Note 9, and it's towards the bottom, on the bottom right. Most people think it's going to be a dedicated shutter button for your camera, so that you would just press that button and it would automatically take a photo for you without you having to touch anything on the screen. I think it's cool, but the more buttons you add to a phone, sometimes it just gets a little bit more confusing. Sometimes you mispress a button and it ends up doing something like the Bixby button. Whenever I'm trying to lower the volume on the phone, it tends to hit that Bixby button. I'm like, why isn't the volume going? Oh, the Bixby button's on there, and I disabled the Bixby button. So basically, it kind of just gets in the way. So hopefully, if that ends up being a shutter button to take photos with, it's an overall good thing, because if it's not, it's going to end up just being an annoyance like the Bixby button is for me. And the last story of the day is also about the Galaxy Note 9, and this has to do with the battery. Now, there's been rumors about the battery coming out and it being 3850 milliamps versus 3300 is what we got with the Galaxy Note 8, and we've got some schematics leaked online showing the two phones, and you can see from these schematics you have the Note 9 battery on the left and then the S9 battery. Now you can see the size difference in the Note 9 battery versus the S9 battery, so there's a good chance that the Note 9 battery, just based off these schematics, if they turn out true, is that we will get bigger battery on the phone, and also better battery life, because that Snapdragon 845 and the Exynos 9810 are going to be better optimized with battery and performance. Those are your 2 leaks today for the Galaxy Note 9, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. My question out to you guys is, what would you rather have, a dedicated shutter button or a slightly bigger battery? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Me, myself, I would definitely go the bigger battery. That's just me. Bigger is better. See you down the road. Peace.